And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Crosslink County Sportsplex in Claremont. Welcome to the third game of the Northwest Junior Hockey League Showcase Weekend, as the Fairview Flyers and the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings see their first action of the weekend. We are, as mentioned, 2 games in so far. Earlier on today, it was the North Peace Navigators with a 7-2 win over Dawson Creek, and Fort St. John with a convincing 9-2 win over the Sundown Oilfield Services Sexsmith Vipers. So the top 2 teams in the league continue their pace atop the standings, as Fort St. John and North Peace hold down first and second spot in the league. The Fairview Flyers coming into the weekend sit third, and they will look to try and keep pace with both the Huskies and the Navigators with a victory here this evening against the County Grand Prairie JDA Kings, who come into tonight 5th in the league, 4-8-1, 1 point up on the 6th place Sexsmith Vipers, and a team that made the Northwest Junior Hockey League final last year but lost some key offensive talent in the form of Wyatt Lawrence and several others. And now this year trying to find a way to make up for some of that offense and get things back to where they were last year, facing a Fairview Flyers team that trying to show they deserve to be up amongst the top teams in the Northwest Junior Hockey League throughout the course of the season. It is going to be Alex Sawchuk that'll get the start in goal this evening for the Fairview Flyers. Native of Elmworth, Alberta. 1999 born goaltender, 4-3 with a goals against average of 3 and a save percentage of .921. He played in the All-Star game last night for the North Division squad. I actually want to make that correction. It's Mason Ward that is getting the start tonight for the Fairview Flyers. A 2001 goaltender out of Lacrete. He is 4-2 on the year with a 3.21 goals against average, .913 save percentage. Alex Sawchuk, who played in the All-Star game last night for the North team, is getting the night off tonight. At the other end of the ice, it is Wyatt Fournier getting the start, a 2000-born goaltender from Wembley. 1-3 on the year, a 5.75 goals against average, save percentage of .848. The Kings' normal starting goaltender, Cam Beeson, is in Whitecourt tonight as a starting goaltender for the Fort McMurray Oil Barons of the Alberta Junior Hockey League, as we take a brief break for O Canada. As mentioned, Cam Beeson, the normal starting goaltender for the County JDA Kings, called up tonight by the Fort McMurray Oil Barons and is, from what we understand, getting the starting goal tonight for the Oil Barons in Whitecourt against the Wolverines. He was backup last night for the Barons in a game just down the highway in Grand Prairie against the Storm. So Fournier gets the start tonight. Jonathan Carroll will act as his backup this evening. Kings will start the defensive pairing of Braden Bauman and Jeremy Niven. Up front, it is going to be Bailey Hartman in between Brett Hedden and Justin Rudick. The Fairview Flyers are going to start Noah Ross and Morgan Maruziak on the blue line. Tyler Worth is at center. On one wing, it's Spencer Bjorklund. And trying to catch the number of the right winger for the Fairview Flyers as Bjorklund gets the puck off the draw, now turned over. Here comes Hedden back the other way for the Kings. Long shot right in on Ward, and he'll glove that down and hold on for a face-off. Kings in the black jerseys with the silver and white trim. Fairview Flyers, gray jerseys with black and orange trim. Get a face-off to the left of Ward inside the Flyers' end. One back to Bauman at the point. Shot towards the net. Pad save made by Ward. Now trying to move that up is Worth. He brings us up ice. Kings defender falls. It's a 2-on-1 break. Pass back out in front for Worth. Hops over his stick. As the Kings will grab the puck, play this out to center all the way down inside the Flyers' end, right on top of Ward, and he'll hold on for a whistle and a face-off as we've played 34 seconds of a scoreless opening period here. The Kings and the Fairview Flyers. Face-off's going to come all the way back into Fairview territory. Cairns set to step into the circle against Corbin Dorham for the County Kings. Now here comes the Flyers out to center. Blanchette. That's played in deep into Kings territory. Trying to move that over on the far side is Thompson. Out there with Dorham and Blake Gillingham, the leading scorer for the Kings so far this year. There's a chance from Thompson. Long shot knocked wide of the goal by Ward. Puck in behind the net. Gillingham trying to move it up along the left wing side boards. After it there is Dorham. Comes back out to center ice. There's our first big hit of the hockey game as Tyler Buchert run over at the blue line there by the Fairview forward. Played back in deep into Flyers territory as Fairview changes on the fly. Battling for the puck at the blue line, that was Schlachter. Now moves it for Hebert. Riley Hebert, I should say, in behind the goal. Trying to move that free for Schlachter. Sent back in behind the goal. Picked up now by the Kings. Trying to move that out is Davis. Out to center ice. Pass broken up before it could get to Tanner Davey. Played back into Fairview territory. Flyers trying to move this one out to center ice. That is Schlachter. Backhanded back into Kings territory. Davis. Second effort now will bring this one up ice. This is a shot off the stick of Niven. Is blocked. Flyers now play it back out to center ice where it's grabbed by Rylan Kleist. Now lead pass into the neutral zone. Here is Niven over the line. A shot fired wide. Bailey Tokars will send this ahead. Played in deep by Richard. He'll bump his man along the right wing boards in the Kings end. Now puck comes free. Trying to work that in front with the Flyers. It's picked off, and back comes Tanner Davey for the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings. Gets it in deep into Fairview territory for Kyle Shaw. Now played towards the front of the net. Digging away at that loose puck is Davey. Knocked away, not out, as it's kept in at the point by Buchert. Native of Altona, BC. One of several BC players on this County Kings roster. Puck dumped in. Fournier briefly loses his stick. Does manage to recover. Teammates there to move it up along the board. Shaw to the blue line. Kept in far side by Cairns. Now played back to center ice by the Kings. They'll dump it right wing side, right on top of Ward. And he'll take no chances holding that one for a whistle and a face-off. As we'll get a face-off deep inside of Fairview territory. Off the draw, one back to the point. Friesen shot blocked in front of the goal. Coming up with it is Worth for the Flyers. Gets it as far as the blue line before it's knocked back in. by the Kings. Now sent to center ice. Here's Worth. Gains the county line. Stopped there by Hedden as the puck will come back out. Now here come the Kings back in. Rudick trying to play that to the goal. Long shot knocked away by Ward. Joaquim behind his own net. Now to Worth. Sends that up right wing side. Here come the Flyers back in over the line. Long shot off a stick high over the glass and out of play. As we'll get a face-off inside of County Kings territory. No score. Just past the 4-minute mark of the opening period. Game 3 of the Northwest Junior Hockey League Showcase Weekend. 3 more games on tap still tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock with the same Fairview Flyers getting back on the ice against the league-leading Fort St. John Huskies. Play blown down on a... They're saying he gloved that one ahead, although... No, it's going to be closing the hand on the puck. So number 9, Kyle Cairns, will come to the penalty box, and the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings will get the first power play chance of the hockey game. 4:31 into period number 1 as Cairns in the box. We're closing his hand on the puck. So the Kings will bring out on this power play Hartman, Hedden, Rudick. At the blue line, it is going to be Thompson. Actually, Hedden is one of the point men on the power play. We'll catch the other forward. The other forward is Cody Graw, number 21 for the Kings. Looking cross ice, could not get that puck over to Rudick. Now Graw trying to throw it out in front, and Ward's going to take no chances. He'll hold on for a faceoff. As the Flyers will change their penalty kill alignment here. Hebert and Fox come out, along with Harrison and Ross for this defensive zone face-off. One back to LaPointe. Playing that back down low for the Kings was Thompson. Over on the near side, that is Rudick for Graw. Back to Rudick, top of the right circle. He'll snap that to the goal, wide of the net. Rebound out of the reach of Hartman, kept in though by Rudick at the left point. Now Hartman fires out a goal. Ward with the pad save. 1:15 left in the Kings power play. Rudick looking cross ice. There's a shot high over top of the net by Hartman. In fact, it'll go up over the glass and out of play. And the face-off will come outside the Fairview blue line, as both teams change their special teams units. Richard and Bjorklund out there now on the penalty kill for the Flyers. Kings respond with Gillingham, who fires that in the length of the ice for an icing call. Corbin Dorham out there along with Rylan Kleist. I believe Kleist actually back on the blue line for this power play. Tanner Davey is the other forward for the Kings. Still Ross and Harrison back on the blue line, as Ross will play that cross ice and play back in deep by the Flyers. Kleist will now set this up back behind his own net on the power play. Lead pass to Davey in the neutral zone. Briefly loses control of the puck, now circles back. Drops it again for Kleist in his own end. Tries to find some room up the right wing side. Now pass through the neutral zone. Here comes Davey back in. Long shot off a stick wide of the goal. Stopped along the left wall. Back up to the point it comes. This is Niven for Kleist. Back to Niven. Midpoint. Snaps it on goal. Blocked in front. Chance. And that dribbles just wide off of Davey from the mid slot. Back to the point. Niven. Kleist has that go by him. And Bjorklund will fire that one down the length of the ice for the Flyers with just 10 seconds left in the penalty to Kyle Cairns. Puck played all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. Back to play that one, though. It's fired all the way down the ice by Blanchette. And again, now both teams are back at full strength. Here come the Flyers in over the Kings line. Cairns along the left wall. Looking to play that back in deep. Scrabble for the puck along the boards. Kings can't clear it out. Kept in by the Flyers. Giving chase back there was K.O. Fox. As it comes back out to center ice. Flyers trying to move that one ahead. Cairns battling at the circle. Here is Dettinger trying to work that in for the Flyers. And the Kings will come up with it as Gillingham moves it up to center ice. Left side pass. Now played in over the blue line. A chance there for Durham is blocked. Puck comes loose in behind the goal. Taken back by the Flyers. Blanchette in behind his own net. Now the Flyers coming out of their own end as Deschamps plays it out to center. Cleared out of harm's way there by Hartman. And back down to the line where it's grabbed by the Flyers' Deschamps. Fox got it to the Kings line, broke it up. Here come the County Kings back the other way. Pass out of the reach of Hartman. Deflected up over the glass by Kyler Hamelin of the Fairview Flyers. It out of play, and we'll have a face-off deep inside of Fairview territory. 8 minutes gone in the opening period. No score yet between the Flyers and the Kings. In fact, according to the scoreboard, the Flyers have yet to record a shot on goal in this opening period. Now moved up to center ice. Here come the Fairview Flyers in over the blue line. Losing it at the blue line is K.O. Fox, and he ends up putting his teammates offside on the play. 8-12 gone in the first period. Mentioned first game here at Showcase tomorrow is the Flyers against the Fort St. John Huskies. That's at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Prior to that, it's the All-Peace Midget Division All-Star Game at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. 4 o'clock, it's the County JDA Kings going up against the North Peace Navigators. And the nightcap tomorrow night sees the Sundown Oilfield Services Sexsmith Vipers taking on the Dawson Creek Junior Canucks at 8 o'clock. Second year for this Northwest Junior Hockey League Showcase event. Wildly successful last year, and a good crowd here tonight for this one. Is a good chance there for the Flyers, their first shot of the game, and a pad save made by Wyatt Fournier. Another shot in by the Flyers. Again, Fournier will direct that deep in his own end. Now the Kings look to move this one out to center ice. Here's Hartman trying to poke that in over the blue line. Following up is Hedden. He can't move it ahead, and now the Flyers will come back the other way. Dumping that puck in was Tokars, blocked by a Kings defender. Kept in at the point by Noah Ross. Now the Kings do manage to flip it high, back down into Fairview territory. Back to plate is Blanchette. He'll get it into the King zone. Out to center ice. That pass just missing Kyle Shaw, and it's an icing call against the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings with 9:25 gone in period number 1. Off the face-off, played out to center ice, knocked down by the Flyers at their own line. Lead pass, though, broken up. Brady Ross trying to play that ahead off the stick of Graw. Now Ross steals that one again for the Kings. Poked away from him, though, before Peter Davis follows up to fire it back in. Now the Flyers will fire it down the ice. And another icing call, this time against Fairview, with 9:50 gone in period number 1. Offensive zone face-off coming up here for the Kings. Kleist will go in and take that face-off against Cairns. Now in the corner battling for it is Davey for the Kings. Looks back towards the blue line. Friesen can't poke it down low. Girard looking for Bjorklund out in front. Nice defensive play there by Buchert to break up that pass. Now Bjorklund trying to get it out in front. Couple whacks at it there in front of the goal for Worth. And the save made by Wyatt Fournier as the Flyers get their best scoring chance of this opening period. Now Kleist, left wing side, looks back towards the blue line. That's broken up. Girard looking up ahead. Could not find Bjorklund on that play. Now here come the Flyers once again over the Kings line. Trying to drag that in is Hebert over on the far side. Lost controls. Kings knock it out to center. Backhanded the other way by Joaquim into the Kings end. In on the forecheck was Hebert for the Flyers. Now pass back out in front, misses everyone, will come all the way back out towards the blue line, picked off there by the Kings, and Thompson's clearing attempt will now just score it outside the blue line. Under 9 minutes to go, first period, no score yet. Play down low, Kings, or make that Flyers, couple whacks at it, and again a pad save made there by Fournier, this time robbing Kyle Cairns at the side of the goal. Now back in behind the net, Tokars trying to dig that three for the Flyers. Battling over there, Bauman looking to clear that out for the Kings. Does manage to poke it up ahead, and here comes Dorham. Corbin Dorham with Gillingham on the 2-on-1, takes the shot, and the glove save made by Ward as he'll hold on for the faceoff with 8:11 left to go in period number one. Shots now 8-5 in favor of the County JDA Kings. Still looking, though, for our first goal of the hockey game between these two clubs. Face-off deep inside of Fairview territory. Flyers now control this one behind their own goal. Lead pass out of the reach of Hebert. Comes back to the blue line, now played in towards the goal, and Ward will take no chances as he holds on for the face-off. Face-off again deep inside of the Flyers zone. And Ward again comes out of the net to dive on that puck and hold on for the face-off. That'll result in another face-off, as now Mason Ward will get some equipment work done. And looks like it's going to be more important repair than originally thought, as Ward's going to have to go off the ice here to get work done on his pad or his skate. Which means Alex Sawchuk might have to come into the game after all here. Actually, right now, it looks like they're just trying to get the work done on the bench itself. Something with the skate or the strap under the pad that goes underneath the boot of the skate. As they continue to work on that with 7:50 left to go in the opening period. No score yet between the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings and the Fairview Flyers. Again, game number 3 of this Northwest Junior Hockey League Showcase Weekend. Earlier today, it was the North Peace Navigators with a 7-2 win over the Dawson Creek Junior Canucks. And the Fort St. John Huskies holding on to top spot in the league as they leapfrogged back over North Peace in the first place after a 9-2 win over the Sundown Oilfield Services Sexsmith Vipers. So it looks like the necessary repairs made towards pad and back underway with action here in the first period. Trying to clear that out for the Flyers is Harrison. Comes to the blue line, stopped over there by Buchert. He'll play it back in deep. Looking for Hedden. Knocked away, now Hedden. Does get it down low for Rudick in behind the goal. He'll bump into his man Harrison in behind the goal. Harrison now trying to play that ahead for Schlachter. And Zachary Schlachter will come up with the puck to Fox on the near side. Hits center ice, plays that in deep for the Flyers. Turnover in behind the net and a shot fired wide of the goal. Trying to come back the other way with that is Hartman for the Kings. Can't do so. Stolen by the Flyers. Now cross ice pass and they score! A turnover inside the JDA Kings line. Flyers quickly find it. And it is Cale Fox on the one-timer that'll beat Wyatt Fournier. 13:09 into the opening period. The Fairview Flyers have opened up the scoring here in this game tonight as Fox, 2000-born forward out of Peace River, will pick up his 5th goal of the season to put the Flyers up early by a count of 1-0. Puck played back down into Kings territory. Marusiak and Hebert getting the assists on that 5th of the year for Cale Fox to give the Flyers the 1-0 lead. 13:09, the time of that marker. Kings come back though. Here's a chance for Ross, fired wide. Along the right wing boards, fired towards the net. There's a shot, and again the stop made by Mason Ward as he frees it for the faceoff. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the first period. 1-0. The Fairview Flyers leading on the 5th goal of the year for Cale Fox. Second on the team with 15 points coming into action tonight. Just Eric Dettinger. Only 2 points more on the year with 17 coming into action this evening. Dettinger also the Flyers' leading goal scorer with 9 on the year. There's Bjorklund with a shot. Blockered by Fournier up over the glass and out of play as we get down to 5:57 remaining in the first. And again, a face-off deep in Kings territory to the right of Wyatt Fournier. Puck down left wing corner in the Kings zone as they scrum for it down there. The Kings do end up coming up with it. Up to center is Bauman. We'll play that deep into Flyers territory. First one in there after it is Pettypaw. Look to work it back in front. Comes to the point instead where it's kept in by Buchert. Now Buchert again looking for Pettypaw. Following up on the play here is Kleist with a wrist shot fired over the net. Kleist back up to the blue line now. A shot there by Friesen. Juggled briefly by Ward, and then he eventually holds on to it for a face-off. 5:16 remaining in period number 1. Face-off to the left of Ward. Off the face-off, frees it again. This time shot blocked over there by the Flyers' Blanchette. Comes around to the far side. Gillingham tied up there by one of the Flyer defenders. Pass out in front. Dorham unable to find any one of the Flyers. Race it back out to center. Dettinger. Breakaway chance and a big glove save by Wyatt Fournier. As the Flyers were able to spring Dawson Blanchette in behind the defense. Nice feed there from Dettinger to try and get it to Blanchette. But a equally as impressive save by the goaltender, Wyatt Fournier, to keep this tied at 1 goal apiece. Or keep it a 1-0 lead for the Fairview Flyers. Now the Kings, Ruddick. Center ice, that pass just out of the reach of Hartman inside the Flyers' end. Trying to play that ahead was Ross, couldn't do so. Now second effort, he will move it up. Plays that to center ice. Unable to work that any further ahead was Larondel. Now the Kings will knock it back into Fairview territory. Hamelin will play that off a Kings defender all the way into their own end. Dorham to center ice. That pass out of the reach of Hedden. Now the Flyers will knock it deep into Kings territory. Hebert at the blue line. Worth trying to keep that in. Trying to chop that out as Ruddick couldn't do so. Now finally does come back to center, where it's grabbed by Noah Ross. Far side, he'll play that for Joaquim. Now Fox, the goal scorer, dumps that in deep for the Flyers. Quickly played out by the Kings. Long stretch pass, just missing. And going all the way down the ice as Ruddick tried to collect that puck. Puck back in behind the Flyers net. Fairview picking this one up. Now a long stretch pass, again looking for Fox. That's broken up. Friesen will play this one ahead for Graw. Look to the front of the net. Trying to find Hedden on the play. That's broken up and sent back out to center. Cody Friesen at his own line. Playing it ahead now for Shaw. Kyle Shaw down the left side. Graw trying to play that to the goal. It's blocked. And the Flyers again will come out to center. Schlachter all alone decides to fire that in deep and go for a change as we have under 3 minutes left to go in the first period. 1-0, the Fairview Flyers leading the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings. Kings with a 10-8 edge so far in the shot clock to this point in the hockey game. Joaquim back in his own end to play that one. He'll fire it around the far side boards. Richard trying to collect that one for the Flyers. He'll send it deep into Kings territory. Niven will move this ahead to Kleist. Ryland Kleist inside the line. He is rubbed hard out into the boards over there by Deschamps. Flyers unable to clear it out, as keeping that one in was Pettypaw. From Hay River Northwest Territories is Luke Pettypaw, who goes after the puck down in the left wing corner. Knocked away from him by Joaquim. Long pass out of the reach of Cairns. Following up though on the play is Bjorklund. Spencer Bjorklund trying to go towards the net, and the save made by the Kings netminder, Wyatt Fournier. Now here come the Kings again, back to center. Down the left side. Pass looking for Kleist out in front of the goal. That was Pettypaw trying to get it to him. At center ice, Niven will play that off. A flyer over the glass and out of play. 1:23 left to go in period number one. Face off will be outside the Flyers blue line. Actually, they're going to bring it back now to the Kings blue line, as it was the Kings player who shot it over the glass and out of play. As mentioned, minute 23 left to go in the first. Flyers up 1-0. Cale Fox, his 5th goal of the season, the only goal so far for Fairview. Niven deep in his own end, turns that over. Chance in front, deflected just wide by Blanchette. Blanchette, Cairns, and Dettinger out here right now for the Flyers late in this opening period as we hit the final minute of play in the first. Hamelin got it in deep, now has it again back at the blue line. Again, fires it in deep for the Flyers. Trying to dig that out in the corner was Cairns to the blue line. Hamelin shot, blocked by Bauman. Gillingham will send that up the left wing side. He's rubbed out hard along the boards over there by Blanchette. Now Dawson Blanchette has it. Make that Dettinger. Try to find Blanchette, who has in the high slot. Shot high over the net. Dettinger with a chance side of the goal, and Fournier the save. Comes right through the crease. And play will be blown down as the Kings net is off its moorings. 23 and a half seconds left to go in the opening period. They'll say that Fournier, or a Kings defender, knocked the net off. So the face-off stays inside the County Grand Prairie line. There's a chance, and that one just fired wide off the face-off. K.O. Fox looking for his second of the night, just missing. Fired over top of the net there by Schlachter. Played back in deep by Tokars. Now Tokars back to the blue line. A shot, a blocker save made by Fournier as the opening period will come to an end. Fairview will end up out shooting the Kings by a count of 11-10. And they also get the only goal in that period. Fifth of the year for K.O. Fox at 13:09, assists going to Riley Hebert and Morgan Marusiak. So the score through 20 minutes of play is the Fairview Flyers leading the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings by a count of 1-0. Back here at Crosslink County Sportsplex. Just about set for period number 2 of this Northwest Junior Hockey League showcase matchup between the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings and the Fairview Flyers. It's 1-0. The Flyers leading the Kings after 20 minutes of play. A goal from Cale Fox at the 13:09 mark of the opening period. The lone marker so far in this contest. Shots on goal in that opening period. As mentioned, 11-10 in favor of the Fairview Flyers. Kings are going to start Hedden, Rudick, and Hartman up front. Flyers will respond with Gerard. Well, actually, the Flyers are going to be shorthanded to start this second period. So the Kings will work on a power play to begin this middle frame. So it'll be Hedden, Hartman, Rudick. I see Cody Graw out there and waiting for one more forward from the Kings to come over the boards to start this second period. As Fox is in the penalty box. And it looks like Gerard is in there as well, too. Gerard serving the minor penalty. Leads us to believe Fox has got himself a 10-minute misconduct for something. And there is your penalty. It is check to the head and a 10-minute misconduct to Fox. And with it, the automatic 10-minute misconduct. Again, that came at the 20-minute mark. So the Kings on their second power play of tonight's hockey game. As Hedden has it at the point, shot blocked. Now rebound chance in front. Save made by Ward as the puck is now played down the length of the ice. As Hedden goes back in behind his own net. Trying to play that up ahead. Blocked briefly by Bjorklund. Now the Kings will again try to come out of their own end. It's Hedden. Center ice. That's played in briefly to the Flyers' end. Heads up. Bjorklund tried to fire that one out. His stick absolutely shattered in half. And the blade portion of it went flying a good 55 feet the opposite direction in behind his own goaltender. Now the Kings bring the puck up. This is Rudick down the right side. Circles in behind the net, comes out the left side. Back up to the point, played down low by Hedden. Behind the net for Graw. Walks off the right wing corner with it, looking in front for Rudick. Couldn't find him. Hedden able to keep that in at the point, gets it back again, a slap shot. Ward takes that one off the side of the helmet, another chance. Scramble in front of the goal, and finally it's underneath Mason Ward as he freezes it. Now some pushing and shoving after the whistle as the Flyers taking exception to the Kings poking away at their goaltender after the whistle. Brent Hedden with a couple of chances there to try and get the Kings on the board, and one block. The second one did get through to Ward. And then the scramble ensued afterwards that finally saw Mason Ward hold on to the puck for a faceoff, which will be to his right. Durham into the circle. Faceoff won by the Flyers, but their clearing attempt goes into the rafters here at Crosslink County Sportsplex and out of play. 27 seconds left to go in the power play for the Kings. 1:33 gone in the second period. Durham will step in and take the draw against Dettinger. One back and played all the way down the ice by the Flyers. Rylan Kleist brings this up now. Down the left side, just inside the Flyers' end. Move back up to the blue line. Dorham looking rink wide for Niven. Jeremy Niven will now play this back to the point. Both teams are back at full strength. Now here comes a steal, and the Flyers will come back short-handed. It's a break right in towards Fournier, who makes a nice save, robbing the Flyer player on the breakaway chance. That was Riley Hebert coming out of the penalty box, or out of the player's bench, I should say, to get that scoring opportunity. Trying to dig that puck free is Dettinger. To the blue line it comes. Snapshot there from Marusiak is off a skate and wide. Now another chance, again on goal, and Fournier makes the save and will freeze it this time for a face-off with 2:33 gone in the second period. Again, a 1-0 lead for Fairview, despite 2 power play chances so far in the second period for the JDA Kings. Face-off will come to the right of Fournier, should say. 2 power play chances in the game for the Kings. They've had the only 2 power play chances so far. Now backhanded out by Buchert down into Fairview territory, and that will slide just past the goal for an icing call. 2:47 gone in the second period. Again, Fournier getting the start tonight in place of Cameron Beeson, who has been called up by the Fort McMurray Oil Barons of the Alberta Junior Hockey League. He is playing for the Barons tonight in Whitecourt. Right now that game 4-2 in favor of Whitecourt after 2 periods. Beeson is in goal, allowed just 1 goal in the first period on 18 shots. Back towards the blue line. That is kept in by Deschamps. Now the Kings look again to try and clear this one out. Deschamps keeping it in though. Bjorklund back for Deschamps at the point. Played down low by the Flyers, is trying to dig that one free. Was Richard. Kings now move it out to the neutral zone. This is Shaw. Gains the blue line. Has Brady Ross with him. Turns it over though, and the Flyers will come out of their own end to center. Right wing side pass brought in over the blue line by Richard, but that's offside. Should say Blanchette brought that one in over the blue line, but offside nonetheless called against the Flyers with 3:42 gone in period number 2. Off the face-off, it's played back into the Kings' end. Niven playing that one up ahead. It goes off a Kings player over the glass and out of play. 3:49 gone in the second. Again, 3 games tomorrow here to wrap up Showcase weekend for the Northwest Junior Hockey League. At 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's the Fairview Flyers taking on the Fort St. John Huskies. 4 o'clock, North Peace Navigators will go up against the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings. And to wrap up Showcase weekend tomorrow night, the Sundown Oilfield Services Sexsmith Vipers will take on the Dawson Creek Junior Canucks as the Flyers have made it 2-0. A snapshot from the left face-off circle, finding its way behind Wyatt Fournier. And it's Eric Dettinger that'll get that one for the Flyers to increase their lead to 2. 4:06 for the time of that goal, as Dettinger has his team leading 10th goal of the season. Wait for officials on the assist, but Fairview have made it a 2-0 lead. And the hole getting a little deeper here for the hometown JDA Kings. Blanchette and Hamlin will get the assist on that goal. Long shot fired wide. Played towards the point, kept in over there by Buchert. Fires it back down in behind the Fairview goal. Ward behind his own net, clearing attempt, stopped at the point. Ballman, long shot fired wide. Big hip thrown back in behind the goal there as Hunter Harrison steps into a Kings forward. That is Pettypaw in behind the net. Now trying to clear the puck out again is Harrison. Does finally come to the line, and here comes Fairview out to center. Backhanded in by Remy Richard. One of several players on this Fairview team from Spirit River. At center. Fired right back in by the Flyers. Now to the point. That one kept in. Marusiak will fire it into the corner. Bauman looking for room to move this one out. Lost control of it. Played to the front of the goal. That pass just misses. Back up to the point. Kept in far side by Harrison. Fox bumps his man. And that's going to be a penalty call. And you know what? The Flyers are going to get a bit of a break on this one because I think it was the Fairview player that ended up getting the stick up high in his own teammate. But the ref's going to call this a penalty against the JDA Kings. And it's Rylan Kleist coming to the penalty box for high sticking. And Fairview's going to get a break on that one because I think it was the other Fairview player actually that got his stick up and into the face of his own teammate. But nonetheless, Fairview goes to the power play at the 5:50 mark of the second period. Chance to further increase this lead as Kleist goes off for high sticking. Face off to the right of goaltender Wyatt Fournier. Shot there off the stick of Marusiak goes off a skate and out of play. Mentioned Richard being from Spirit River, one of 3 Spirit River players on this Fairview Flyers roster. As the puck is played all the way down the ice. Fairview, in fact, with just 1 hometown player on their team. That is Spencer Bjorklund. Rest of the players drawn from elsewhere around the northern, or across the Peace region, I guess you could say. Here come the Flyers now out of their own end. Pick up more on that topic here in just a few moments. Long shot fired just wide. Kept in at the right point. There's a rebound opportunity fired wide. The original shot taken by Schlachter. He'll play back down into the corner. Now to the blue line for Ross, another one of those Spirit River players on this team. Fired to the goal from Joaquim. Save made by Fournier. 1 minute to go in the power play as the puck comes outside the line. Ross unable to hold the line there. And offside is called. Fairview's got quite the mix of hometown for players on this team. We've got guys from Elmworth, Lacrete, Paddle Prairie. A couple from Valley View, 3 in total from Valley View to be exact. Mentioned Spirit River, High Prairie. 2 players from Guy, Alberta, Bailey Tokars and Rennie Girard. Couple players from High Prairie, as we mentioned. 2 from here in Grand Prairie, Donson Blanchette and Logan Mazzaro. Horse Lake, Manning, Nampa. And as mentioned, just the 1 player from Fairview, Spencer Bjorklund. Of interest, 3 players from Peace River, which is home to the North Peace Navigators. Kept in at the blue line by Deschamps, who makes the hour-plus drive in from Manning to play for the Fairview Flyers. Shot there from the blue line by Harrison, knocked away by Fournier. 10 seconds left in the power play here for Fairview, who lead 2-0 as we near the 8-minute mark of the second period. Both teams now back at even strength. Kings able to chop that puck out to center ice. Now Steele in the neutral zone. Hartman circling back inside his own end. Looks rink wide now. Lead pass just out of the reach of Hedden. Brent Hedden turns that over. Dentinger will come back for the Flyers down the left side. Eric Dentinger has his team-leading 10th goal of the season here in the second period to put the Flyers up by 2. Bjorklund gets his gloves up high there with a Kings player. Back to the blue line. Ross's shot is blocked. And now back ahead come the Kings over the blue line. This is Gillingham. Down to the right wing corner. Leaves that one over there for Durham. Trying to work that back out in front. Turned over, and the Flyers return it to center. Tokars stops just inside the line. Trying to play back to the point. Broke it up. Here's a foot race as Ward comes way out of it at to play that one, and firing it back in with Corbin Durham barreling towards the net, looking for that loose puck. Sent to center, fired right back in, and that actually goes off the meshing over the glass and out of play. 10:42 now remaining in the second period. A 2-0 lead for the Fairview Flyers over the County JDA Kings. Things going to script here so far at Showcase Weekend, as the top 2 teams in the league won their games earlier today. The third place team in the league leading their game so far. Puck backhanded out to center ice. Knocked away by Marusiak. Backhanded back into the neutral zone by Cairns. Kings fire that right back in, just off to the side of the goal. Ward going to take no chances. He'll freeze it for a faceoff. 10:09 remaining in the second. And a faceoff coming up to the left of Mason Ward. More than likely, we'll see Alex Sawchuk tomorrow afternoon when the Flyers take on the league-leading Fort St. John Huskies. Should be a great battle there. Flyers, if they can win tonight, would pull into a tie with the North Peace Navigators for second and be just 1 point back of the first-place Huskies, which would set up a great matchup tomorrow afternoon. Kleiss steps into a pair of Flyers players, one of them slow to make his way back up off to the ice. Here's a chance for the Kings. That one fired just wide off the stick of Bailey Hartman. Puck back inside Kings territory. Niven to center ice. Now gets the return feed back in his own end from Davey. Ahead for Kleiss to Davey over the blue line. Has Pettypaw going towards the net. That's broken up. Now the Flyers back up to center. Left side. That is Hebert, who's knocked off the puck. Kings quickly turn it back the other way. Shaw from the right side. Shot on Ward, who makes the save. Flyer player slow to make his way over towards the players' bench. That is 21, Remy Richard. That was slow to get off the ice after being hit deep inside of Kings territory. Play blown down as the Fairview net is off its moorings, down to 8:39 remaining in the second. Kings will play the afternoon game tomorrow against the North Peace Navigators. Puck played in behind the Fairview net. Now lead pass goes off the stick of Schlachter, right in on Fournier, who will hold on for a faceoff. Shots 6-4 in favor of Fairview here in the second period. 17-14. The Flyers have the edge on the shot clock at this point in the hockey game with 8.5 minutes remaining in the second. Now the Kings able to move this up to center. Here comes Shaw down the right side. Knocked off the puck there by one of the Fairview defensemen. Puck slides over to Ward, who juggled it briefly before covering up and holding on for a face-off. 8:15 remaining in the second. Here come the puck all the way back down inside of Kings territory. Fournier will dive on that one and hold on for a faceoff. Scratches tonight, by the way. Braden Larondel and Logan Mazerol are scratches for the Fairview Flyers. For the Kings, their scratches tonight, we told you, Cameron Beeson. Also Grant Yee, Keaton Mercury, and Kyle Shalafu. Puck is played back in behind the Kings net. Chipped out to center ice. Here comes Rudick. One-on-one against Marusiak. Able to get around him, but coming back on the play was a Flyer defenseman to knock him off the puck. Now Fairview returns up ice. Here's Tokars. Trying to find Dettinger in front of the net. He's taken off the puck by Bauman. Dettinger gets it back, though. To the blue line it'll come. Marusiak keeps that one in. Pass towards the net, broken up by Bauman, who then plays it back deep in his own end where it's stolen by Cairns. Kyle Cairns for the Flyers. Trying to find Bjorklund. One of the overagers on this Fairview Flyers roster is Spencer Bjorklund, and play blown down. I believe a charging call coming up here at 12:52. And it is going to go against the Flyers. We'll wait for the number to be posted up on the scoreboard. It is Dettinger in the penalty box, so the goal scorer now sitting for 2 minutes. See if his mates can kill this penalty off, as he goes off for charging at 12:52. Kings 0 for 2 on the power play so far tonight. Puck brought in over the blue line, offside. So they'll set it up again outside the Fairview blue line. 6:51 remaining in the second. It'll be Hartman, Graw, Rudick up front with Thompson and Hedden on the blue line. Flyers trying to move this one out of their own end. Along the right wing boards, unable to clear that out was Bjorklund. Now Rudick to the right wing corner. Hartman walks off the corner with it. Shot fired wide of the goal. Hedden will keep that in at the left point. Plays that off the boards. Gets the puck back to Hartman. That's broken up. And backhanded down the length of the ice by the Fairview Flyers, who will change up their penalty killers with 1 minute left to go in this power play for the JDA Kings, trailing by a count of 2-0 with 6 minutes left to go in the second period. Hedden trying to go end-to-end towards the goal. It's eventually slides into Ward, who will hold it for a face-off. 48 seconds left in the penalty against Dettinger. 5:56 remaining in the second. Puck played again down the ice by the Flyers off the draw. Right wing side, here come the Kings again. Over the blue line, back towards the point, Kleist setting it up for Niven. Now Gillingham, right wing corner. Trying to find an opening. He'll circle behind the net. Play it on the near side. Now back to the right point. There's a shot from Niven. Save made. Rebound will come to the Flyers, and that is going to be Worth firing that one down the ice. 5 seconds left as Dettinger set to return back out onto the ice. Kings now 0 for 3 on the power play as both teams are back at full strength. Niven, right side, over the line. That shot from Dorham goes wide of the goal. It'll come back out towards center. And following up on the play, this is Cairns. Kyle Cairns walks in, short side. What a stop there by Wyatt Fournier. Pass out in front is broken up. Kings now moving to the blue line. This is Gillingham down the left wing. Sends it inside of Fairview territory. Trying to play back behind the net for Bauman. Flyers instead come up with it. Inside the Kings line, puck dropped. Now pass towards the front of the net, misses, back up towards the point. Shot over there by Hebert is knocked away and play blown down. As again, I believe the Kings net is off its moorings. Or the puck actually went up over the glass and out of play. 4:13 left to go in the second. Face-off will be back in the Kings' end. Left to Wyatt Fournier, who is holding his club in this one now, down 2-0. Big stop there just a few moments ago on Kyle Cairns on that break opportunity. Penalty call coming up again against the Kings here, as it will be a tripping call this time. So Fairview to the power play for the second time in tonight's hockey game. As Brady Ross will get the call at 15:50. Fairview 0 for 1 in the power play tonight. Glorious chance to take a stranglehold of this game here, already leading 2-0. As we are now into the final 4 minutes of this second period. King player goes flying in the neutral zone as Cody Graw wound up tripping over the referee in the neutral zone as he went to the box to collect a new stick. Puck dribbles back to Ward. He'll hold on for a face-off. Penalty is actually kneeing the call against Brady Ross. Mentioned a couple BC boys on this County Grand Prairie JDA Kings roster. 3 in total. Ross is one of them. He's from Trail. We mentioned Tyler Buchart earlier, who's from Altona, BC. The other one is Peter Davis, who hails from Chetwynd. Just an hour south of Dawson Creek. Now the Flyers out of their own end. Here's Bjorklund down the left wing. Drops that along the half wall. Tokars gets the return feed. Now puck down into the corner. To the blue line it'll come. Kept in by Harrison at the left point. Now the puck is taken and fired all the way down the ice by the Kings. Hamlin will go back and play it behind his own goal. Sorry, correction on that. That's Noah Ross playing it up ahead. Fires it in deep. Puck around the dasher. Dettinger behind the net to Tokars. Lost control of that puck to the blue line. Kept in by Ross. Here's Noah Ross looking for Bjorklund high slot. And that's blocked and poked out to center ice by Rudick. Justin Rudick named MVP of the Northwest Junior Hockey League All-Star Game last night as Team South beat Team North by a score of 7-6. It's going to be stopped along the boards and fired out to center and down the ice, and play blown down. Another penalty call coming up, and it's going to be against the Kings. Roughing the call, and Tyler Buchert will come to the box. So a 5-on-3 for 9 seconds for the Fairview Flyers. 17:41 the time of that penalty. Hedden will come in and take this face-off against Cairns, won by the Flyers. Cairns, right wing corner, looking to the left side. Dentinger to the blue line for Deschamps. Just able to keep that in. Now Dentinger from the high slot. Shot, Fournier the save. Puck still loose. One penalty's over, by the way. Now 5-on-4 for the next minute 35. Played behind the goal. Sent back over on the far side by Schlachter, looking for Dentinger. Cutting in behind the play. Joachim looking in front, and that deflected just wide by Cairns, as the Flyers come very close to making it a 3-0 lead late here in the second period. Deschamps gets the return feed. Wrister to the goal, fired wide. Now chance for LaRondelle from the side, or make that Blanchette, I should say. And the save made by Fournier, as he'll freeze it with exactly 1 minute left to go in the power play. And a minute 19 left in the second period. Face off to the right of Wyatt Fournier. Flyers still on the power play, their third man advantage of the night. 0 for 2 so far with the man power advantage. Shot blocked. Comes back towards the blue line, played back in deep by Harrison. Now give and go down in the corner there as Bjorklund gets the puck back again. Sent back into the corner. Schlachter playing it for Girard. To the point. Wrister from Joachim is blocked in front. Cale Fox trying to work it off the corner. Girard battling right wing side there against Niven. Now back up towards the blue line. There's a wrist shot fired wide. Loose to the side of the goal. Fox trying to play back in front. As the Kings now back at full strength. 16 seconds left to go in the period. Flyers now 0 for 3 on the power play on the night. Looking to work that back out in front. To the blue line it comes. They won't get a shot away as the second period comes to an end. Shots in that second period, 16-11 in favor of the Kings. Sorry, make that 6 for 16. $11 shots in that second period for Fairview. They're up to 23 for the hockey game. And the Flyers also get the only goal in that second period. Eric Dentinger with his 10th of the year at the 4:06 mark. Assist going to Dawson Blanchette and Kyler Hamelin. Flyers end up going 0 for 3 on the power play. Kings 0 for 2 in that period. They are 0 for 3 on the night as well, too. And the score through 40 minutes of play is the Fairview Flyers leading the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings by a count of 2-0. Third period action about to get underway here at Crosslink County Sportsplex. Game 3 of the Northwest Junior Hockey League Showcase Weekend. The Fairview Flyers with a 2-0 lead on the County of Grand Prairie JDA Kings after 40 minutes of play. 1 goal in each period for the Flyers. K.O. Fox getting the scoring started in the first period, and Eric Dettinger adding a goal early in the second to give the Flyers a little bit of breathing room as they look to once again, as a long shot from Bauman goes in, now pushing and shoving after the whistle off to the side of the Fairview goal. Just trying to mention there, the Flyers trying to stay pace with the North Peace Navigators for second place in the Northwest Junior Hockey League standings. Dawson Creek with that loss earlier today to North Peace. Sitting now at 8-5-1. The Flyers 8-4-1 coming into action tonight. Would pull out of a third place tie, and as mentioned, move into a tie for second place with a victory here this evening. Kings pressuring, puck down inside the Flyers' end, knocked away. And now here comes Fairview back out to center ice. This is Blanchette, long shot in on Fournier, and he'll grab that one and hold on for a face-off. Would set up a great opening game tomorrow as well on the final day of the Showcase Weekend, should the Flyers win tonight. They would get the first place Fort St. John Huskies tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. In what would be a battle of the two of the top 3 teams in the league. Sent to center ice. Here come the Flyers back the other way. This is Hebert. Stops in the right wing corner. Now back up to the blue line. Wrist shot, deflects and goes wide of the net. Now played back out to center ice. As Dorham gets tied up there by Schachter. Now the Flyers do end up bringing this one in. Trying to pass that one out in front. It was blocked. Dorham trying to clear it out for the Kings. Cannot do so. At the blue line, that's kept in. Long shot from Marusiak is fired wide. Now here comes Gillingham with a step down the right wing, a shot. Blocker save made by Ward. Mason Ward has been tested 16 times in tonight's game. Not really any hugely dangerous opportunities as the puck goes up over the glass and out of play. Kleist set to step into the circle for the Kings against Richard. That one to the right of Ward. Now up to center. This is Tokars. He'll play that down into the Kings' end. First one back after it is Pettipaw. Ahead now for Kleist. Knocked down by Bjorklund, and the JDA Kings are going to go to the power play for the 4th time in tonight's hockey game, as Spencer Bjorklund will go off for tripping at exactly the 2-minute mark. Off the draw, here's Headed with a wrist shot, deflects and goes wide of the net. Now played by the Flyers all the way down the ice. Fournier out of the goal. Sets it up back there for Brent Hedden. At center, he'll play that down into Flyers territory. Kings have it now on the half wall. That shot from Graw is blocked, and it's played all the way back into Kings zone. Hartman wheels this up now. Left wing side into the Flyers' end. He's directed back behind the goal. Comes out the right side to the point for Hedden. Over now onto the left point. Wrist shot towards the goal by Rudick is blocked in front. Digging away at the puck in front is Thompson. To Rudick. Circles behind the net. Works out right wing side. Back up to the blue line. Wrist shot from Hedden. Fired just wide. Rudick trying to wrap it around near side. Puck still loose side of the goal. Finally, it's underneath Ward, and he'll hold on for a face-off. 35 seconds left to go in the power play for the JDA Kings. Their fourth man advantage chance of the night. 0 for 3 so far. Trailing this one 2-0. As they look for just their 5th win of the season. Off the faceoff, played behind the net by Harrison. Near side. That one will be lifted down the ice by Blanchette. Kings again out of their own end. Gillingham to center. Stood up right at the center line. Does play it ahead to Dorham. Shot blocked. Now Kleist with it. Top of the right circle. Looking for Dorham out of his reach. Picked off, and Hamlet will play that up ahead. Now the Flyers back shorthanded. Kept in at the blue line. That is Blanchette trying to get it in deep. Played down low by Hebert. Both teams back at full strength as stepping out of the box is Spencer Bjorklund, one of 3 overagers on this Fairview Flyers roster. Gillingham brings that in offside. The other 98-born players on the Fairview Flyers are Kyle Cairns and Zachary Schlochter. Actually, my correction, 4 1998-born players on this Fairview Flyers roster. Remy Richard is also a 1998-born. 3 on the JDA Kings roster, including their captain, Brent Hedden, Justin Rudick, and Tyler Buchert, the other overagers on the Kings roster. Puck's down inside the Kings' end, now played out to the blue line. Trying to reverse it back in was Richard. Now leaves it in the center zone. Played in deep by Fox as he gives chase down on the left wing side. Shaw trying to clear that out for the Kings. Gets a second chance. Still unable to put it past the Fairview player over there. Schlochter unable to hold it in. Puck will come all the way back down into Fairview territory. Now turnover. Chance out in front there for Shaw. The save made by Ward. This is Schlochter. Moves that right wing side as the Flyers now make their way out of their own end. Schlochter. Right wing pass. Played in deep by Dentinger. And a penalty call back in behind the play as I believe that's Buchert. They're actually going to get coincidentals here. Cross-checking will be against the Fairview player. Buchert's going to go for spearing, so I think the Flyers will still end up with a power play out of this. As it's Dentinger in the box for cross-checking at 5:30. And again, should be an extra 2 minutes going up on the Kings side. A double minor for spearing going to Tyler Buchert. So Fairview gets their 4th power play chance of the night now. Again, 5:30, the time of that penalty. Side of the goal, they whack away at it, kept out by Fournier. Flyers grab it, backhanded back in deep. That is Bjorklund. playing it down low. Now back to the blue line. Deschamps. Side of the goal, Cairns. Deschamps fired on goal, save made. Rebound, fired wide down low by the Flyers. To the right point. That shot off the stick of Joaquim was blocked. Now Sage Joaquim with it again. He'll play it down to the corner looking for Cairns. Kyle Cairns settles it down. Deschamps from the left point shot, a blocker save made by Fournier. 1 minute left to go in this Fairview power play. 6.5 minutes gone, third period. Flyers leading the JDA Kings by a count of 2-0. Puck played to the blue line, and Joaquim unable to hold that in. Has to go all the way back to his own end for Thomas Deschamps. Deschamps behind his own net. Hedden goes right through the net. Takes it off its moorings. Mason Ward having to put it back on its moorings in behind him as Hedden went right through the crease to try to go after the Fairview player with the puck behind the net. Bauman will rim that one around the boards and down the ice. Ward again leaves it in behind the goal. Now decides to chip it up on the near side. This is Schlachter from center ice, firing it left wing corner into Kings territory. Both teams back at full strength as Shaw returns to the ice. 7.5 gone in the third. Neither team with a power play goal on 4 chances tonight. Make that 4 chances each, I should clarify. At the point. Wrist shot fired wide off the stick of Harrison. Comes to the side of the Kings net. They still bat away at the loose puck, and Fournier will cover it and hold on for a face-off. 8 minutes exactly gone in the third period. A 2-0 lead for the Fairview Flyers over the County JDA Kings. Can't make it out here to Claremont for games tomorrow. We hope you'll join us right here for all 3 games. Again, starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow with the Fairview Flyers taking on the Fort St. John Huskies. Puck back in behind the Kings net. Kings in action at 4 tomorrow afternoon against the North Peace Navigators. As puck kept in by the Flyers. Long shot, they score! Hamlin kept it in at the point, fired it to the net, and it looks like it was deflected on the way towards Wyatt Fournier. And Fairview makes it 3-0 as Remy Richard will get credit for that goal. Again, clearing attempt by the Flyers, or by the Kings, I should say. Kept in at the point by Kyler Hamlin. His shot deflected by Richard, who has just his second goal of the season. But more breathing room here now for the Flyers in the third period as they lead by a count of 3-0. Moving up ice is Blanchette. Well, not even an assist on that goal for Kyler Hamlin as he shot it from the point. Tokars and Bjorklund get the assists on the goal by Remy Richard. I'm sure that'll be changed at some point here, as again it was Kyler Hamlin that let the point shot go that was deflected in front to make it a 3-0 hockey game. Hedden from center ice moves that down right side into the Fairview end. Has it behind the goal, trying to play it in front as he had the stick of a Fairview defender. Walked pretty hard into his midsection. That was Noah Ross with the close forecheck, or back check, I should say. Flyers dump that one in right on top of Fournier. He'll freeze it for a face-off with 10:33 remaining in the third period. Shots 7-3 in favor of the Flyers here in the third period. 30-19 for the hockey game so far for Fairview. Off the draw, there's a point shot, and Fournier takes that up high in the shoulder. Now Fairview looking to dig that out along the boards. Big hit along the boards there, but a charge coming up there as trying to catch the number of the King player that was hit into the sideboards over there. Is it Cale Fox, I believe, that's coming to the box? Yes, in fact, it is. So 9:38 time of that penalty. Will give the JDA Kings their fifth power play of the night. So Cale Fox, who had the opening goal tonight, has since had a check to the head minor, a charging minor, and a 10-minute misconduct, as his penalty totals will increase. Already came into the night leading the Flyers with 59 minutes in penalties. Tack on another 14 to that here tonight. Here come the Kings with a chance. Niven shot, deflects and goes wide. Now he'll get the clearing attempt, stops it in at the point. Shot, deflects in front, is blocked, and the Flyers again will fire that one all the way down the ice. Fournier will leave it, side of the goal for Niven. 1:24 left in this JDA Kings power play as they trail 3-0 past the halfway mark of the third period. Graw, right wing side, trying to keep that in for the Kings. Does play it for Kleist. He'll set it behind the goal. Left wing side, Ross unable to keep that in for the Kings, and Fairview proceeds to fire it down the ice. 9:20 left to go in the third. Under a minute left in the JDA Kings power play. Here's a steal by the Flyers. Long shot there from Girard is gloved down by Fournier. Now the Kings will try again at center ice. Sent in deep by Pettipaw. He's rubbed out along the boards. Another penalty call coming up here against Fairview. Pettipaw snaps that to the goal. Ward made the save. Flyers cleared it to the blue line, yet they didn't whistle it down, so Kings now on a 6-on-4 here on the delay penalty call. And finally played down, but is this going to negate the power play? As a Flyer player taken down in front. A slash against the Kings player. Tripping, I believe, is going against the Flyers. So it should be a 4-on-3 here instead, or stay 5-on-4. 11:24. Tripping is the call against the Flyers. Kings player is going to go off for slashing. Justin Rudick, I believe, is the Kings player that got the penalty, as he is still pleading his case to the referee. Actually, it's going to be a 4-minute minor against the Kings. So a double minor for slashing to Rudick. And an extra player will have to come in and serve that 2-minute minor. Tokars is the Fairview player in the box for tripping. All this at 11:24. So 4-on-4 for 14 seconds, after which the Flyers will go to their 5th power play chance of the night. Puck comes all the way back out to center. Fired right back in by Fairview. Actually, spearing is the call to Rudick. Originally, I thought I saw a call of slashing as Luke Pettypaw in to serve the extra 2 minutes. Now the Flyers on the power play. Deschamps down the right wing will play that in deep. Now behind the goal, this is Dettinger. All the way back up to the blue line. Backhands it to Ross. Left point shot. Fournier the pad save, and the rebound is cleared right into the Kings bench and out of play. 7:42 remaining in the third period. 1:06 left in the extra minor penalty to Justin Rudick. As he got 4 minutes for spearing. Flyers now set up on the power play. Comes back to Ross, left point. Blanchette trying to play it down low. Instead, comes back to Ross. Knocks that to the goal. Side of the net. Blanchette with it to Dettinger. Backdoor play. Chance for Joachim off the goalpost. Make that Deschamps with that chance. Off the iron. Ross from the left point. Now looks back towards the blue line, misses. And this one will chase the Fairview players all the way back into their own end. Ross settles behind his own net. Drops it to Deschamps. 15 seconds left in the power play. Just under 7 minutes left in the third. 3-0 lead for the Fairview Flyers over the JDA Kings. Flyers content to circle his back behind the net. Blanchette there to play it, as both teams now back at even strength. Sent by Ross into Kings territory. Now the Kings trying to move it out to center. Hedden can't control that pass. Niven will backhand it into Flyers territory. Played to center. This is Blanchette. Has it from the slot. A shot. Save made. As Schlachter got that shot away. Fournier with the stop. He'll hold on for the faceoff. .6:03 remaining in the third period. Knocked down. Kings trying to clear that out. Cannot do so. Played right back in by the Flyers. Hebert. Trying to move that out was Davis. Stopped at the line. Offside call as Kleist gets the elbow up high on the Fairview player. 5:42 remaining in the third period. Richard and Kleist in the faceoff just outside the Kings blue line. 3-0, Fairview leading. Third and final game of day 2 of the showcase weekend. Icing called there against Fairview. We started things off yesterday with the Northwest Junior Hockey League All-Star Game, won by Team South, coming back from a 6-3 deficit to beat Team North 7-6. Today, 3 games on the schedule. Wins earlier today by North Peace and Fort St. John. Now Fairview, 5.5 minutes away from picking up a victory on day 1. Pass out in front, just misses the Flyers player. Bjorklund playing it behind the net to Richard. Back towards the blue line, trying to send that back in deep. Are the Flyers, as they'll get a full-scale line change in here with 5 minutes remaining in the third. Kleist down the left wing in the Fairview territory. Pass out in front, they score! Tanner Davey able to squeeze that in between the pads of Mason Ward, and the Kings get on the board here in the third period. 15:07, the time of that goal. As Tanner Davey will pick up his 5th goal of the season. Kleist will get 1 assist on that goal. We'll see about any secondary apples on that one, but it's now a 3-1 game as the Kings will see if this gives them any life here with 4:48 to go in the third period. Blanchette sent in deep by the Flyers. Kyle Shea getting the assist on that one. Played all the way back inside of Kings territory now. Niven up ahead for Graw. He'll send it in deep. Ward out of the goal, trying to clear that ahead. Does manage to briefly get it to a teammate. Now turned back over, backhanded in deep by Cody Graw. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. 3-1, Fairview leading the County JDA Kings. As the Kings snapping the shutout effort for Mason Ward here late in the third period. Now Fairview getting it deep into Kings territory. Bringing that one up ice was Ross. Goes all the way down the ice. Actually, that was Niven moving it ahead. Icing called, though, against the Kings. 3:30 now remaining in the third. Again, first game tomorrow, 1 o'clock here at Crosslink County Sportsplex. We'll see the same Fairview Flyers up against the league-leading Fort St. John Huskies. At 4 o'clock, the JDA Kings, fresh off this game, will take on the North Peace Navigators. Wrist shot there from the circle by Hebert is fanned on. Plays it in behind the net. Trying to work that in front was Cairns, couldn't do so. Kings will golf that out to the line, not out. Now trying to move that out is Hedden, can't do so. Pass in front, chance is fanned on by the Fairview floor as Hebert kept that in. Down the left side. Trying to move that to the net was Davey, couldn't do so. Loses his stick in the process and has a word or two for the referee back behind the play as he heads to the bench. Now the Kings once again to center. Headed. Backhands it deep into Flyers territory. Sent all the way back into the Kings end. This is Pettypaw with 2:20 to go in the third. Keep an eye on Wyatt Fournier. See if the Kings decide to pull him for that extra attacker. Flyers able to keep that in. Send it down to the right wing corner. Here's Fox. Back in behind the net. Schlachter. Walks off the corner with it. That's Bjorklund with a chance. Stopped by Fournier. Now the Kings look to move this one ahead. Pettypaw. Fournier inching his way out of the goal with 1:45 remaining. Kept in by Kleist. Trying to work in as Bauman gets that on goal. A save made by Ward. Down to 1:39 remaining in the third. And there goes Wyatt Fournier to the bench for the extra attacker. As the Kings will go with 6 attackers here. try to find a way to score twice in the final 99 seconds of regulation time to force overtime. And I believe they'll draw some strategy up to try to get at least one of those back as the Kings call a timeout here. Again, 1:39 remaining in the third period. Went over the first two games tomorrow. The last game at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll see the Sundown Oilfield Services Sexsmith Vipers taking on the Dawson Creek Junior Canucks. Both those teams on the short end of games earlier today. Dawson Creek falling 7-2 to North Peace, while Sexsmith fell 9-2 to Fort St. John. Here it's 3-1, Fairview leading the JDA County Kings. Face-off will be to the right of, make that the left of Mason Ward. Kings to go with 6 attackers here. They bring out Rudick, Niven, Kleist, Pettypaw, Hedden, and I believe the other player out there is Buchert. Little surprise, no Blake Gillingham for this 6 attacker attack by the Kings, I should say. Buchert will play that out of the reach of Pettypaw and back out to center. Kleist back to his own line to play it for Niven. 1:15 to go in the third. Flyers get that back inside of Kings territory. Kleist leaves it at his own blue line to Niven. He'll move it inside of Fairview territory. Jeremy Niven, shot fired wide, comes to the side of the net, and Ward will freeze that, and then more pushing and shoving back behind the goal. Hedden. And we're going to get a scrap here, it looks like, in the corner. Hedden. And trying to catch the Fairview player. Is that possibly Cairns, number 9, that he was involved with? No, correction, that's Hunter Harrison, number 4. Or, we'll try again, Kyler Hamelin. So Hamelin and Hedden to the box at 18:58. As Pettypaw was cross-checked back in behind the net. That brought Hedden in. He was able to grab Hamelin out of the crowd, and the two of them did a little do-si-do, shall we say, down in the right wing corner. Not really any punches thrown in that one. $18:58, time of the penalties. Looks like an extra 2 minutes up on the Flyers side. So we'll look at a 6-on-4 here now for the Kings. Minute 2 left to go in the third. Face-off will be outside the blue line as the Kings defense got involved in that altercation. Rudick coming over to ask, should the face-off not be down in Fairview territory? Here's the announcement on the penalties. Well, cross-checking to Hamelin, and Harrison is roughing as so the roughing minors were to Harrison and Hedden, and Hamelin gets the cross-checking call at 18:58. So as mentioned, 6-on-4 now for the Kings, with the goaltender still pulled for the extra attacker. Puck down in Fairview territory. Cairns finds that loose puck, and he'll flip it off the glass and all the way back into JDA Kings territory. Niven, right side, Pettypaw, moves it ahead to Rudick. Justin Rudick backhands that shot wide. Flyers, Deschamps trying to move that one out. 2 King players on top of him, 25 seconds left to go. Kings able to dig the puck free. To the point, Niven gets the feed, a shot on goal, save made by Ward. Down to 13.9 seconds left to go here in the third period. As the Flyers that close to moving back into a tie for second place with the North Peace Navigators. 3-way tie for second coming into the weekend. North Peace won earlier today to take sole possession for the time being as the Kings scramble for the loose puck in front of the goal. Pettypaw to the blue line. Wrist shot from Davis is kicked aside. Make that by Buchert is kicked aside. As the buzzer goes, the Fairview Flyers will pull in the second place tie now with the North Peace Navigators, holding on for a 3-1 victory. .23 shots in the game. And Fairview gets 12 shots in the third period for 34. Each team with a goal in that third period. Fairview's goal off the stick of Remy Richard, his second of the season, from Bailey Tokars and Spencer Bjorklund at 8:24. And at 15:07, Kings get their lone goal. Tanner Davey, fifth of the year from Ryland Kleist and Kyle Shaw. Make that Kyle Shea. Again, the lineup tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock. It'll be Fairview against Fort St. John. At 4 o'clock, North Peace Navigators against the County JDA Kings. 8 o'clock, the Sexsmith Vipers against the Dawson Creek Junior Canucks. All the games can be viewed right here. In case you're unable to get down there, we certainly encourage you to come down here, though, to Claremont tomorrow and catch some great Northwest Junior Hockey League action. Final score tonight, the Fairview Flyers knock off the County JDA Kings by a count of 3-1. My name is Jeff Henson. Thanks for watching.